welcome back to Life As, a brand new video series from the University of Manchester. In this series, we're chatting to students from across the student body about their experience of living and studying in Manchester in the hope of demystifying the university experience. If you haven't watched the first episode, what are you doing? I chatted to Nicole, who is a master's student studying marketing. Anyways, I'm Jacob, I'm a first year, and today I'm chatting with Dorsa, who is a second year biotechnology student. Hello, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
So I'm Dorsa. I am an Iranian student, but I lived in the UAE, so I'm an international student here in the UK. I came to Manchester when I was 17, and I do biotechnology, which is a bioscience.
So what made you choose to come to Manchester from such a long way away?
I applied to university in the United States and also the UK, but I think the UK was a lot closer to home, and also from my sister's friend, I had heard that Manchester is a student city and it's really safe and there's a lot to offer. And looking at pictures of the university, I saw it and I thought, that's my future home.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Had you visited Manchester before you applied?
I'd never been to the UK.
Really?
No.
What was your experience like when you first arrived?
I was really surprised by how small Manchester is.
See, I think a lot of people would say the opposite. They'd come from smaller places. Apart from maybe if you've come from London, people say it's much bigger than what they're used to. So how was that for you? Yeah, how was that for you then?
It's really interesting. It's very cozy, quaint. The people are really warm. That's the first thing I noticed, I think. People are so kind.
So apart from people being warm, what other things did you notice about Manchester? Maybe about
it's very
the city.
Green.
Yeah.
I love how green it is. I came from a desert, so it's very green. The weather's very interesting.
Yeah.
As warm as the people are, the country is not.
Yeah.
It's very cold.
It rains a lot here?
It definitely did last year.
Yeah.
This year, not as much.
No, I think that's the thing. I was told it rains a lot in Manchester. I don't think it's rained as much as I was expecting.
There was a storm last year, Eunice.
Oh, I think I visited like the week before on my offer holder open day. I had someone who got stuck here.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It was so stormy. I'd never experienced that before.
No. Did you experience any other culture shocks, would you say?
People here are really into the nightlife.
Uh-huh.
I think back home, nighttime's like quite peaceful.
Yeah.
But people are out in the city having fun. Quite like that about them. It's not something I partake in personally, but
yeah.
I like to see that they're, young at heart.
Yeah. Did you adjust to that okay, or was it a big change for you?
I don't think I really had to adjust to anything.
Yeah.
Like I thought when I came here that, it's going to be so like lonely, everyone's going to be into partying, everyone's going to be drinking and social, but I'm not really into that, so I'm not going to have many friends. But I think that was very wrong. There's so many crowds here, they're so diverse here. So I think I fit in quite well.
Yeah, do you think that was a misconception then? You thought like
Definitely.
You needed to drink in order to, make loads of friends, and do you think that's the complete opposite then for you?
Yeah, I think you can drink if you want to, but if you're like me and you don't drink, there's lots of people who also don't drink.
Yeah.
And it's very diverse. You don't have to be a certain way to fit in. Manchester is very, very diverse.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only way to put it, diverse.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of the, I don't want to say the buzzword or like keyword, but I think it always comes up like when I talk to people from where I'm from. Like I've met so many new people from all sorts of different backgrounds coming to Manchester, and that's something I really love about Manchester is how diverse it is, as you mentioned.
I think I came from a very international background as well.
Oh,
Like the UAE is very diverse.
Yeah.
But I think it's more diverse in a multinational sense rather than like a personality sense.
Yeah.
Manchester has a very diverse set of personalities and characters here, but back home it's more like, everyone's from different places of the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've been able to break? Because I feel like there's this kind of misconception that international students and home students are kind of divided and then they're not friends with each other. Do you feel like you've been able to break that?
I think so. That's not something I really noticed. I don't think any of my home student friends think of me as an international student. I don't really think of them as a home student. It's just like, we're all students here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. How did you find British supermarkets? Because I know some international students say they didn't struggle, but it was a bit of a shock when the first time they went to a British supermarket. How have you found that? I think
that's very true. I didn't struggle per se, but it was like, what's going on? They charged me when I wanted a plastic bag, which was weird.
Really?
That does not happen back
that's
home.
really normal for us that you charge
Okay.
for a plastic bag.
Also, back home, there's someone who puts your groceries in a bag for you, and then just
Okay.
hands it to you, maybe takes it to your car. So we're not spoiled here.
Yeah, that's the luxury treatment.
Yeah.
If you get someone to carry it to your car,
Yeah.
you know you're in a good supermarket.
That's most like big supermarkets back home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Also, meal deals. They are fascinating to me.
Really?
When I came here and I saw a meal deal, I thought to myself, the people in this country are geniuses.
Really?
It's so smart, it's cheap, it's versatile, you can make different choices, different combinations. I love meal deals.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the best meal deal right now.
What's your current go-to meal deal, would you say? And where from?
Okay, it is actually a video I was going to work on, but
Okay.
I think...
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler
We're
alert.
spoiling your video.
Yeah, I think the co-op meal deal,
Okay.
the bean wrap with the Cajun spiced bake and a aloe vera water.
Oh. And also, a tip is if you get the most expensive items, because then you get the best value for money.
Yep, exactly. And if you don't want to like get a meal deal, but your item's going to cost you £2 anyways,
Oh, you might as
as
well.
well.
Yeah.
Like you'll get food out of it for like £1 or £2. Also, something else that's really interesting is how a lot of stores have cafes. Like,
Did you find that a bit strange?
Yeah.
If you like going to Primark and there's just a cafe there.
that's so weird. And my friend used to work in Debenhams, and she told me that she worked at the cafe there. And I thought, a cafe in Debenhams? That's so weird. We don't have a cafe in Debenhams back home.
So you do biotechnology.
Yeah.
Can you explain first of all what is biotechnology? Because when you told me, I was like, I kind of have an idea. I'm a humanities student, so I wouldn't have no clue.
Okay, so biotechnology is the science of making solutions, drugs, and technology from living organisms. That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does a typical week look like for you? Kind of, what do you have? Do you have lectures? Do you have seminars? Do you have labs?
I think, yeah, so you don't really have seminars unless you take like an enterprise class, which most biotechnology students do, and I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be all science, but it's
Oh,
a nice
really?
break, yeah. It's mostly lectures. You do have like a 6-hour lab once a week sometimes.
Oh, to be fair, I think that's quite normal for science though, isn't
yeah,
it?
that's quite
like
normal.
one day is just labs.
Yeah, so starting in a couple of weeks, I have 6-hour labs 3 times a week.
3 times a week?
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay.
So that's interesting, but I quite like it. I quite like being in the lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's something you want to pursue
Probably,
afterwards?
yeah. I'm not sure if everybody else likes it, but I know I like it.
Definitely, yeah. Have you had to write any essays for biotechnology?
Surprisingly, yeah.
Oh, really?
I thought that going into a science degree, there wouldn't be much writing, but I'm pleasantly surprised, and I've had to write a lot of essays,
Yeah.
a couple lab reports. I'm currently writing one right now, an extended essay,
Yeah.
and I love writing, so
It's not a problem for you.
it's not a problem at all.
How have you adjusted from, did you go like sixth form college? What's the
I did the
equivalent?
IB.
The IB.
Yeah.
So were you able to adjust from that to uni quite easily?
I think in my first year we had a lot of multiple choice question exams.
Oh, what,
and
for
I
IB
was
or-
no, in university.
Oh, in university, yeah.
I was not used to that at all. I was used to like short answer questions, essay writing. So the first year it was a bit of like a leap. I wasn't sure how to answer multiple choice questions.
Yeah.
It was a bit difficult. But now that we're doing more essay style questions,
Yeah.
I think it's similar to what I did back there. And also the workload is kind of similar, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think it prepared me well.
Good.
Yeah.
Are you involved in anything else outside of your degree?
So I'm a past leader.
What's that for people who are watching
Oh.
who don't know?
So a past leader is a second or third year student who looks after a group of first year students who are new to university and guides them, has weekly sessions with them, teaches them things they don't know if they ask for it, and is basically the older brother or sister throughout university first year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm a past leader. I do volunteering at Oxfam.
Oh, cool.
I've been in a couple societies, Taylor Swift Society.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I do content creation for the university.
How have you found balancing all of that with your degree?
I don't think it's been too challenging. I think the degree is demanding, but I like university because it is a lot of independent time. It's not like structured classes all
Yeah.
the time. so I can manage my time and give time to my hobbies as well as just my course.
Yeah. Have you liked that freedom, do you think?
I have, yeah. At first I struggled with it. I thought, why is no one telling me what to do? But now it's like, oh, no one's telling me what to do. I quite like that.
Yeah, it's kind of, I think at the start, it is a shock because you go from having so much structure, especially for a course like mine, history and French, where you don't have as many contact hours. You could struggle at the start if you think, I've got 12 hours a week, I have nothing till 5 p.m, let's just sleep in. It's like, if you have that attitude, it's quite an easy habit, I think, maybe to slip into. But as you say, if you get involved in things outside you agree, it's much easier to find a structure. It's definitely a new structure from what you're used to, but I feel like from what you've been saying, it's been quite an easy transition, or a transition that maybe hasn't come as quickly, but you've got used to, would you say?
Yeah, I will say that last year when I did less like co-curriculars, it was much harder to manage my time, and I was like slipping into that attitude. But this year when I have like more to do and more reason to manage my time, I think I'm a lot more organized.
What made you choose biotechnology, do you reckon?
I had no idea what I was going into. At first I wanted to do engineering, then I thought English, but no, not really great for where I want to go with my career. But I realized I really like biology. I think my teacher kind of sparked that passion in me. So I knew I wanted to do something like biosciences. And when I was doing research, I came across the word biotechnology, and it's on the rise, and COVID is a thing now, and we need vaccines and solutions, and energy crisis is a thing. So I thought, okay, let's go into this degree while the world is in this state. Maybe I can make some money off of it.
Wow. I feel like some people are just like, I just stumbled across it and it sounded interesting, but yours is like a true,
I had a bit of a strategy.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, passion and strategy.
And and making a lot of money out of it too.
Hopefully. Knocking on wood.
So you came when you were 17, which I think is quite a unique experience. What was your experience of that, first of all?
So I applied to university when I was 16, and then I graduated high school when I was 17, and then I came here when I was 17. I didn't think it was that unique. Everyone's always surprised, but I didn't think it was that weird.
Is it quite normal from where you're from?
It is quite normal where I'm from.
Okay.
Yeah, most people graduate at like 17, early 18 where I'm from. It was a bit limiting. I couldn't buy cutlery.
Oh, because you can't buy knives because of age restrictions.
Or forks.
What?
I couldn't buy forks, so I had to find sneaky ways around doing that.
Yeah.
What else couldn't I do? I had to live in a specific student hall.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't have much choice there.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, like, other 17-year-olds would probably have problems like getting into clubs and drinking, which didn't really affect me, but I imagine it would affect others.
Yeah.
So it was a bit limiting, but also it's a bit of a flex. I came here when I was 17, guys. What's your excuse?
You graduate, you're younger, you have more youth. Would you?
I think uni's taking that away.
Probably. So what would your advice be for someone in that situation?
It's a good question. I don't think it's too difficult.
Yeah, was it just something you overcame, do you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's just something you just overcome when
you
time
just
comes.
Accept that this is your situation, you can't really change it.
Yeah, I think that my only like advice is more like a hack. Just order things from Amazon if you can't buy them in person.
Okay.
It will go through your reception, so you don't have to show ID.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a piece of advice. What advice would you have for your fresher self, would you say? If you had to go back in time, your naive, fresher self, coming here age 17 from such a long way, what would you tell yourself?
I think don't be so shy. I was very shy when I came here, and my only friends were my flatmates. So for the entire first semester, I really only hung out with them. But as I came out of my shell a little bit, made some decisions to put myself out there, I made some friends in my course, and then some friends in societies, some friends in content creation, and all it takes is just like being a bit friendly and outgoing. Even if like you're not that way initially, just fake it till you make it. Just act outgoing and you will become outgoing. Yeah.
Do you think, you found it easier then to make friends when you kind of put that effort in, would you say?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think I waited for friends to chase me, but that's not going to happen at uni. You're not going to like sit next to someone in class every day for a year. It doesn't work like that. Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of Life As. Don't forget to subscribe to the University of Manchester's YouTube channel so you don't miss a future episode, and let us know in the comments what you'd like to learn from other students. I'll see you next time. Bye.
So YouTube.
So YouTube.